Now,
I
if
ain't
there
gonna
are
never
any
lose
songs
the clarity and high freedoms. Go ahead.
I was going to ask you, is there any songs in particular that you produced that, like, you know, gave you the goosebumps, like, this is some incredible shit right here. This one's going to take off. Like, you ever had one of them songs that gave you that feeling?
A lot of them. A lot of them make you feel different. You don't never just work on stuff and just be like, I don't think this bitch is going to do it. You know, and then it might be songs that you really didn't work too hard on that got really, really, really famous. Like, you know. But repeat your question again?
Yeah, I wanted to know which songs in particular that you produced gave you like that goosebumps, man.
You Can't Play on My Yo-Yo. When I did You Can't Play on My Yo-Yo, it was right after coming back from New York and working with Chuck D and Eric Sadler and Hank Shockley and Keith Shockley. And I learned something that Dre didn't teach me. And that's you can change your whole motherfucking song. I didn't know you could do that. When I came back, I changed You Can't Play to My Yo-Yo, Can't Play with My Yo-Yo with the Devotions, because the first version of You Can't Play with My Yo-Yo was a James Brown loop, and it was Spank. The song's called Spank. And you can still hear James Brown. Ha! You can still hear him, and You Can't Play with My Yo-Yo. And then I got Eric Sermon. It's so funny. You got Eric Sermon go, hey, yo. So that's all. That was like just how all that worked later. And then it was so funny. So then I ended up, seeing Latifah. And then Latifah was like, what's up with that? Because, Don't Try to Play Me Out is Latifah.
Right.
Right. Because that's from Method of My Madness, I think.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So when we did that song, and I changed it to the Devotions, then the homegirl that used to be in my little team, my little crew I had, her name was Carla, and she ain't never been in no studio or nothing, and she came in play. Ooh, she did it, and she landed it. Nobody knew what I was working on because the vocals was basically the same. And then we came and added we added another rap at the end. And when we added that other rap to the end, that made me feel something different. I knew that song was going to be a hit. I like that song a lot.
Yeah. When Make Way for the Motherlode dropped, man, in 1990, I mean, that was just, Yo-Yo just came out of just, I mean, I'm in middle school at the time. We first hear that, and it just hit like a bomb out here in Virginia. And we were like, yo, who is this girl right here?
Man, Yo-Yo is a bundle of goddamn energy. I mean, if they say be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. So Yo-Yo was really the first person that we sought out to be a girl, lynch mob girl. Like, she came before that was even an option. Like, that wasn't an option. We was like, oh, we just doing this just to, Cube can have his lynch mob and NWA and Easy and NWA. We didn't think of, lynch NWA didn't have no girls. You know what I'm saying? So we were trying to do lynch mob kind of like that. But when she came, man, how could you put her off? You would put your shit in the back seat to help her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what kind of girl.
And
then look,
going.
Go ahead. Now look, but the crazy part is we did Yo-Yo's album "Make Way for the Motherlode" before we did America's Most Wanted. So while we was out working on America's Most Wanted, that's where he was shopping her, trying to shop her and get her a deal. So her deal was being pushed back. It wasn't really nobody biting. So then we took the song that was supposed to be the single on Yo-Yo's record, rather than stomping to the 90s, it was supposed to be It's a Man's World. So then we took that off of Yo-Yo's record and put it on Cube's record because we was in the studio so long that they didn't make no songs together. Like they were all not there at the same time. So we was like, anytime she came to New York, and whoop, Cube was gone. And then when Cube come back, he want to hear what she got, and he like, you know, he ain't writing to it. So that didn't happen in New York. So we just said, man, take that. It's a Man's World. So that's how that made it to Cube's record. So that you had to say that Yo-Yo had a record that Cube wanted to put on America's Most Wanted. So Cube or Yo-Yo was with the business. You know what I'm saying? Who would think like a Fat Joe would take a record off of Remy Ma's album to complete a classic? So Remy Ma got the classic spirit. You know what I'm saying? That was supposed to be her single.
Mm-hmm. Because there was always some stories behind
a lot in.
Yeah, because there was always some stories